Good Sunday morning. Oh, that means that video's done. Alright, so uncaffeinated, unfed, but I wanted to get a video in real quick. Just sat down and jumped into this, and this is a rarity. I don't like showing builds sort of in the middle, because you look at this and go, what the fuck are you doing? I was gonna have the receiver all taken care of. I ended up trying to use that full speed receiver I brought up before, which is, I don't know, maybe I threw it across the room. This is completely unorthodox. This is a mess. This is not prepared. I just was frustrated. OCD kicked in. There it is. So my buddy Mouse, I will put in the description a link to his page. The guy deserves a lot more followers. He's been in this for a few years, super smart, knows his way around Betaflight a million times better than me. He's an amazing pilot. He was ripping over here yesterday and it was a blast, so I'm hoping he's getting some videos out of that footage. Yeah, so I will put a link, find his page, and I should have done that beforehand. Like I said, I just said, hey, I want to make a video of this real quick just to talk about what's going on. But I cannot get this thing to activate. He can't. He sat and went and did the Betaflight bind sequence, and then you're supposed to unplug, or if you have a battery plugged in, unplug it, plug it back in. Light's supposed to come on, putting it into bind, and the fucking thing doesn't do nothing. It is in the S-Bus pad, which you can't see right now because I'm locking stuff up. So I'm going to get a voltage regulator, and I'm going to go back to the receiver that I used in the Cinebee, that piece of shit. I had one of these receivers in it, and there's some stuff over it to protect the connections. That's what I'm gonna end up using. I have plenty of room, if I can show you. And I could actually got to test fit it because I don't think it's gonna fit where I had the other one. Yeah, maybe. Stuff it way down under here, and then it's got short antennas, so I'll just have the antennas run right here. Drop a little glue. So what I've done this morning is I'm test fitting the stack top. Cat. Test fit the top of this. This is the Caddx V2 Turtle. So make sure I had enough clearance. Yeah, and it does. Dim that down. There we go. It's got enough clearance. I should be able to get into the side. VTX, the little E-sheen, is glued to the bottom here, just past the stack. So that's there. I got the lollipop antenna. I've got it hot glued. I don't know if I've got enough light in here. Hold on. See if that helps. There we go. So I have that glued to the bottom. I have it glued over the connection, and then there's some heat shrink that I haven't tightened yet to keep that in place. And what I like to do with these, because I put them on top, is I use plugs. I made the wires a little bit longer, so when you take them off, or just room, cat, you're driving me nuts. So we've got, let's see here if I can find it. This is why I don't like doing this. There's a little male connector right there. Hold on, I can put the cat down. Okay. Little connector right there, so I can unplug if I need to, or even leaving it plugged in gives me enough room. I just like having the option if I need to take this thing apart. I have an LED port, which I did the same thing. I just wanted some light if it goes down, or if somebody else is flying around, they can at least see something, so I just put a little strip here. I'm actually going to bottom mount the battery on this. It looked like it fit fine. It'll be out of the way. What else? Like I said, you see a lot of wires, but there's really not a lot of wires to do. I have the yellow, which is the video, which I'm not going to do to the end after. Oh, so the whole point of that ADD was I got a step down. My buddy Quadfather sent me a link for a step down because that Speedy Bee is on a 5 pad and Spectrum is 3.3 volt. I don't feel like updating my remote and my freaking Betaflight just to get something that will take multiple voltage. So these tiny little regulators, I'm going to run in line wherever the hell the pad was. Yeah, it's on the other side, which you can't see. Where's my finger? Okay, so there's 3 little pads. Oh, focus, dumbass. There's 3 little pads right there that I'll tag. Run the wires in and down and get them around, and I have room for the regulator because it's tiny. So that's where that will go. But like I said, there's wires here because I didn't connect this board yet and make it easier just to pull it off and then solder my pads. So I got my ground that's going directly to the battery for the Caddx ground power, and then the video wire here. I will probably put some form of a male-female connector for this long wire that's still attached. So like I said, same thing. I can either just leave it hooked if it's long enough, lay it down, or just disconnect it and pull off everything but the front wire right there. So it'll be super clean. The two wires that I have already connected. Let's see if I can move that around here. All the motor wires, super clean in my opinion. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Heat shrunk there. There was a little bit of a challenge just because of where the ducts sit, so you got to pull them in a little bit, because I would have loved to have gone around and under so you don't see anything, but the ducts don't allow that. If you can see right there, I got the beeper glued down in place, out of the way, plenty of room behind the camera. Power wire, obviously, and then the connector for the turtle to adjust any of the stuff, so that'll just sit in the back. It'll be in between the ducts, you won't see it. Oh my god, you want to say hi? Is that your deal? You good? You happy now? And she only does this when I sit down. We've had this conversation a bunch of times. But I did a video yesterday real quick before I ran out of time, and I absolutely loved the way it came out. I like doing the Halloween themed stuff. Nothing dark, just I enjoy Halloween, the wife does. The scary movies. I went to go fly at sunrise, basic description, yeah. And I was hoping for a beautiful sunrise and, you know, really bright colors and all that. And I get there, and I couldn't see my hand in front of me. So I had to wait about 10 minutes, and as the sun started to break, which you could see in that really cool, I call it the money shot, giggity. When I went through the gazebo real slow, and then I went up through the red tree, and you could see just a little bit of sun starting. Get it here. The sun starting to break through. And what was a really cool effect, because I really didn't do much editing other than some slow motion spots and just the transitions, was the camera kept building up with moisture. That's one pack. And then there was the last section where I went through over the dam. That was just part of that second battery, so technically that was all one battery. I had to keep coming back in, I think once or twice, to wipe the lens because of the amount of moisture that was building up on the camera. I could not see anymore, which ended up working out because it did it to the GoPro. So it gave you this kind of distorted, scary, like when you're in the panic and you don't see things right. So you got that effect out of that by nature itself, which worked really cool. And I was very happy, you know, sitting down looking at the video. And even in the first scene, where that's actually where I started and where I was going, there was a huge blue herring. The wingspan was like 8 feet. So I'm going across the water and turning, and that blue herring's kind of sort of going. I'm like, wow, this really, really brings out the cinematics and just the eerie feeling. And my wife said I should have come around one of the trees and had somebody jump out and scare, like right at the end. That would have been the perfect Halloween thing. But I'm very happy, and it gives me some ideas. I got some more footage floating through the trees. On the way home, was passing the funeral home that I pass on South Road quite a bit, and there's a nice valley down there and places where you go hiking, but the sun was blazing through it. So I took my second battery, what was left of it, and went and did that. So I got footage there, but I got a bunch of really cool pictures from Lost, the video that I will put at the end of this for you to check out. And I'll put a link in the description for my buddy Mouse. And then yeah, I'm going to eat breakfast. I'm probably not going to do much other than this today because it's pouring outside. So, like I said, I got to do some more editing over there. But that's about it. Thank you all for tuning in. Happy Sunday. Hope the Cowboys kick whoever they're playing's ass and the Patriots lose. Yeah. See you later.